CAD. Like we always start everything in CAM. And someone brought their hemostats. That's great. It was you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so good.
I know, right?
So, taking it out, just let it drop out, and then you want to hold it by the plastic part. Did you guys get to see how shiny the bottom platform is? It's very nice and pristine, no scratches whatsoever. When putting it onto your abutment implant analog, you want to steam this clean as well. Because if there's any dirt on it, it would transfer over to here. So always make sure that this is clean and this is clean.
You want me to go steam it?
No, this is for training. Placing it on here, you turn it gently until it kind of catches onto the hex sides, and it will be a little wiggly until you snap it into place. You heard that? The little snap? Now it's a lot more solid. It will not fall out. To take it off, you just pull on it pretty firmly. So it stays in there pretty good with that snap. That snap is caused by that fine edge right there. If that gets damaged, it is not the end of this abutment. It's just the end of the snap. That's it. So place it in there, snap it into place, and get a screw. And the most common one is the one that has no thread at the tip. That is the most common one that the lab will use. Drop it down into the hole. Get the appropriate driver and screw it into place. Nice and snug. Don't keep turning, because that screw can be stripped and be stuck forever. So make it nice and snug.
19 minutes?
And the plastic part is to be trimmed if it's going to be waxed up by hand, because you will add wax directly to this and make your crown. If you are not going to be waxing it by hand, this can be taken off, and it's taken off with a hemostats, and just kind of snap it off like that. Snap it off to the side, take it off, and that's what it looks like now. Just a cylinder with very small retention grooves along the sides. The retention groove keeps this from sliding off. Any questions so far? All right. So that's how it fits on there with everything in place. Before doing a real case, you want to remove the, well, not really. We're going to do one extra step, and it's going to be part of the scanning, which will come into a very helpful play. The screw just falls out easily, nothing holds it in. And now that the plastic is off, it's hard to take this off without hemostats. Just grab it like that, pull it right off. This will need to be scanned without anything on it. Just this section here, and that will be your gingival scan. That's
so when you spray this stuff, wouldn't that get on the abutment?
Yes, it would. Once you spray it and doing a real case, it will be cleaned before that gets put on. And then resprayed on top of that again, so there's nothing in between.
So spray it, then steam it off.
Yes, and then
Put it in.
put everything together and respray it again.
So scan
To scan the abutment, yes. The nice thing about scanning an abutment is that platform is so perfect that you have the perfect margin all the way around. You'll be able to find it with no problem. the first scan that you'll be taking is for gingival purposes. So you can see where this is before taking it out to take the scan of the abutment, which you'll understand a lot better when you see it here and how it works. So go to your name and start up a new training case. Add order. I'm gonna name this implant. Order number, technician, save case, save and add case. Okay, we're gonna, even though this is an abutment, we are not gonna choose to make an abutment. We're gonna choose to make a crown.
Is it always?
No. But we can choose a screw retained crown with a hole already in it. Or we're going to choose crown. Just like that. X5. Miscellaneous. Wax. Milling. And I will show you why as we progress forward. Can you pass me the other one like this? Yeah. No. The holder. Yeah. Thanks. Lightly dust the area, because that's all you need, just a dusting. Just like that. First you want to get just this area as a gingival. So to get that, we're going to take away this die rotation. We're going to add an object, which is going to be gingival mask. That's what we're going to do first. Gingival mask, and do it as a manual capture. It will save time. You're going to place this within view, and we just want to get this particular area from half a tooth to half a tooth on both sides of it. One scan at a time. This is what it's going to start looking like right here. So once you get your first scan, you want to see where else you need to get and reposition it accordingly to get every area of that gingival. This is the area here that you're trying to get most of, right around the implant. And the other teeth surrounding it is to help collaborate how it fits onto the other scans. So get everything from contact to contact. So that was maybe about 4 or 5 scans, and I got everything there. Everything is clear. I can take it out now. And press stop. Now I can go on to upper jaw while I take this out. Let that work while I take this out. something sharp. I'm not gonna mess with it. At this point here, you would take out the soft tissue moulage, take it out completely, and you have the vacant area around it. So you can pause that. I'm gonna go look for some for this. As good as it needs to be. Has occlusion, it's just opposing. Complete. Done.
So wait, the moulage is
Huh?
gone? So the moulage is gone? I mean,
Yeah. So don't worry about that. I'm just showing how it should be done, but it wasn't done properly, so I can't make it happen. But you can put some soft tissue moulage back and then do it.
okay.
So putting this back onto the scanning tray. Put this back into place. Also, when the soft tissue moulage is removed, you can see when the platform is seating. Oops, that's the wrong one.
It's behind your
Oh, there
keyboard.
it is. You as a technician can see when this is seated all the way down onto the abutment. The implant analog. So looking from the lingo side, you can see it. There's no open separation between the analog and the abutment. You can't see a separation.
I can't see anything.
Where's your glasses?
It would be right here, right below that platform. All you see is a line.
Okay.
You don't see any opening.
I can't see the
Now I got the upper jaw. I'm going to get the lower jaw now, which is this. I'm going to spray this whole area. And you want to get the 10, 11 o'clock area sprayed lightly, because that's where it's going to start with the scan. And I need to see the powder on it. If there's powder anywhere else, you need to start with the powder. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I was face it with the midline towards the back. And you can see right where the powder would be at. It's right at the 11 o'clock area. 10 o'clock, 11. Start scan. And it will show that abutment as part of the cast.
This one is without the soft tissue.
Right. So this pink area right here is already incorporated the gingival scan that I took first. So it's matching it up perfectly. So that area right there is where the gingiva was that I just removed. Same thing right here. That clear area is where the gingiva was. And that is what it looks like with the new scan. So if there's any blank areas, you want to fill it in. You want to make sure that you have your contacts. And anything else that is important to making that crown. Areas here is not important to it, it's far away. Same thing with this area here, not important. You do not have to get every single bit of it. That is complete. Now I am going to take my occlusion with the implant still there, lock it together. Place it where it's clear. Let it focus. Go to a grayscale. And it took it automatically. Upper and lower is there. That is good. Any questions so far? Once that is done, press stop. Everything that I need is taken, all green checks. I can go on to next. Now you will see how the gingival mask plays into making this. So here we have the lower cast, and you can see that it took a pretty good image of the abutment. You can really see the grooves on it, how it plays, and oh, we got a big hole there now, so we got to fill that in, and you will use replace to do that. Click replace, zoom in on what you need to fill, and you want to double click to start and single click to hold as you go around the screw channel. You want to do it on a flat surface. Double click to end, click apply, and it will make it filled in flat. And that's what we want. We do not want a crown going into the hole and back out again. We want it to be just like a regular crown. So here on the grooves, you see that it comes down and then shifts off to the side, down at the base. That is for retention, for whatever goes casted to it. It gives a little bit more mechanical retention so nothing comes apart. So now, if there's anything to be cut, now's the time to cut it. But we're going to choose gingiva mask. This is what's there. The area that we need is just around that restoration. So everything else is not needed. So we can cut this apart. Cut it. Choose cut. Double click to start. Whatever you're seeing, that's the only position that you can cut at. So position it to where you want it before you start your cut. Like that. Double click to change the section. And not a lot of it is needed. Now, posing, it's all good. Next we can do check occlusion. Looks good. Set the model axis like we have before. Just like that. Set jawline. Being that it is posterior, we can see the margin. If we could not see the margin, we would have to tilt until we did see the margin for that area. So you will mark it where the crown will be and move your dots accordingly. Do you remember where it goes? Midline, distal of the cuspid and distal of the second bicuspid and distal of second molar, right
So-
in the top of the ridge. Huh?
I just realized you have the wisdom.
What's that?
That it has all the
Yeah.
models.
Yeah, it's a big mouth. Now we can trim the model if needed. At this point here, you can trim away any interproximals so you can see your margins easier. And you would draw on your margin if it's not drawn on there already. And it's pretty darn close to what it should be. Any adjustments can be done here. But if there is no margin on there, let's undo it. You can see it's a very nice margin that is available. Very easy to see. Any questions so far? None? Okay. Insertion axis. You will see a lot of red because it is a straight shot onto it. You just look around, as long as it's all evenly red all the way around, nothing along the platform area, that is what you want. And you can see it straight on like that. That's how the crown is going to fit onto there. Once that is done, do your next, and you're ready for all of this. These should be pretty close already. Do negative 25s, negative 50 here, 80 microns for cement. But as this is an abutment, it's all going to be luted together and casted as gold. So the cement space is just to make it easier to place on there, so we can put our own cement, which is going to be light cure material. Positioning, just like anything else, you want to position it. Don't worry about occlusion until the next step. Now, being that this has an abutment, the base of it is not going to be the same shape as your adjacent teeth, just because of where the margin is. There's no way to make it come all the way out here. But it's kind of hard to see what it looks like without the gingiva there. And this is where having a gingiva helps to show what it will be looking like. So you click on lower gingiva, because that's what you took. So it will show you what it will look like in the mouth. And you can use that to help design and contour the crown that you need. So I will stop it here. So I want each of you guys to get up to this point here of scanning and getting everything prepped to make a crown design. Any questions about the steps that I just did?
Not currently.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this.
Do you want me to just add?
Tell you what, do this.